Hey there, everybody. Welcome. This is going to be a collective in place of the daily again today. I don't know about anybody else, but I just feel weird, okay? So that's why we're going to do this. I've been feeling weird for a couple of days. So this reading is going to be a collective of how can we shake off the weird energy. It's for any of you who are feeling weird, who feel like after that moon, I was kind of on the fence with that Aries new moon that we had on the 11th, which was just a couple of days ago or a few days ago. So for any of you who are feeling weird or who are feeling this kind of weird energy that's going on right now, we are going to take a look at what this is all about. But I'm trying to shake it off. Maybe we should call this like a shake it off energy collective or something like that. But I'm going to do this collective because I just need another day, right? Just to kind of do something with my energy here. But I'm using the Tarot of the Mystical Moments. I love this deck. So big shout out to San Tarot because I saw her using this, and this is just an awesome deck. So for everybody here in the collective, we start off with the Seven of Cups here. So I get this, right off the bat, what I would say here is like things are not as they appear at this time. So if you're feeling weird, like me at this time, we have this Seven of Cups. We have the King of Swords as well. And he's got this like bird over his eye, if that wants to focus here. And you also have all these eyes on the Nine of Swords as well here with this energy. So I get this sense that things are not as they appear at this time if you are feeling weird. Seven of Cups is kind of like a card of being spoiled for choice, having a lot of options, but it can also represent like confusion and things being all over the place and not seeing things clearly. So I do kind of get that energy here in this reading. I'm going to ask, I'm going to clarify this as well, and we're going to ask, why? Why does it have to be like this, right? But I do get this sense of confusion. In this first row, again, you have the Seven of Cups, King of Swords, and the Nine of Swords here. And what I would say is that the King of Swords can kind of represent messages coming, can represent messages coming in. He has this bird, again, over his eye here on this card. And birds represent messengers or receiving messages. You also have this Nine of Swords here with all these eyes all over her. And I'm kind of taking this to mean a couple of different things. Number one, some of you could just feel like there's, too much pressure, too much attention on you at this time is the energy I'm getting here in this first row. For others, I do feel that you're putting too much pressure on yourself. I feel like, those eyes, the eyes are like part of her on this card. They're inside of her. So I feel like some of you could be being too overly critical about some of the things that you're trying to accomplish at this time, especially if you're very focused on growth. The Three of Wands is the center card here. And the Three of Wands is the most important card the center card is the most important card of a 9-card spread. So it's kind of like, a lot of you could be very worried about the future here with this energy. I'm definitely feeling that energy as well. Like I said, this kind of like, not really, I wouldn't say I'm fearful of the future, but I've just been thinking a lot about the future, right? So it's going to be different for all of you, but some of you could definitely be thinking about the future here with this Nine of Swords. I also get like a lot of judgment type energy here as well. So, some of you could be feeling very judged with that Nine of Swords, especially with all those eyes all over that card. That's pretty interesting, I would say. In the next row here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, really, I kind of feel this is like more advice. I feel like this is what's going on, is that let me just back up before I get too off track here. Everybody here in the collective, I feel for a lot of you, you could be feeling the pressure of everything that I talked about, pressure from other people, feeling like all eyes are on you, or you could be too self-critical of yourself. You could also need to focus. Like I said, the eyes plus the Seven of Cups, to me, would say that if you're feeling off at this time, that maybe kind of like simplifying things, breaking things down, and having one thing that you focus on at this time, like one project, one business, one of your ideas, just focusing on one thing would probably be very beneficial here in this first row, because to me all that all that energy is like very scattered, very all over the place. So I think it's time to just bring it back together. These other 2 rows I do feel are advice. You have the Queen of Pentacles here, so for a lot of you I feel there's like a lot of abundance and a lot of success coming in for you. There are these like rabbits. There are 2 rabbits on here. There's also a lot of little baby rabbits. It's going to be impossible to see in that bottom corner over here, but there are these baby rabbits, so I do feel there's like a lot of abundance. This to me is saying that at the very least there are going to be a lot of opportunities for you to improve upon your current situation, especially if you're feeling like off, or if you're feeling off balance at this time here. Collective, that's what I would say to you. But we have the Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and the 2 Wands here. This is like breaking things down again, going from a 3 to the 2. And having the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles I call a clue card. The Queen of Pentacles to me can represent having a choice, or kind of like having an option, but not being sure which path to choose. The Queen of Pentacles I used to call the crossroads, and kind of like the Lovers card. The Lovers can represent a crossroads, but I feel for some of you, you're just at like a little bit of a crossroads here. And again, you could be like on 3 paths with the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands, kind of represents waiting for your ships to come in. It can represent waiting for the perfect moment when there isn't a perfect moment. So for some of you, I definitely feel that you're like waiting for the perfect moment to do something, or you're waiting for the resources to show up. This is kind of like saying everything you have, everything you need, you have right now. So for a lot of you, I feel this reading is kind of like saying, hey, you have everything you need right now at your disposal, but you just need to kind of like just get started, right, with this energy. So I feel like some of you just need to get started, and I feel like you need to get started on one thing. For some reason, it's like, look, like here, like her hair is all kind of like tangled up in a lot of ways, and everything is going up to her head, right? I get this like story in my head where it's like some of you have been on this path or this journey in your life where it's like about to end up where it was always going to end up in the first place. But it's like you had these many different options as far as a path, like how you get to the finish line. You've had all these options in your life on how you accomplish something or how you get somewhere. And some of these paths are like some of this hair, it kind of looks like it's shorter to get to her head. Some of it looks longer. So it's like some of these paths are different. But I kind of feel like you're at this point where it's like maybe you have 3 choices or 3 different paths to choose from in any area of your life. You could have like multiple people to choose from in love. You could have multiple paths to choose in work or business. The 2 Wands, I feel, is really asking you to kind of take the lead in a situation. I feel like it's really asking you to take control of your life. I love this deck, number one. I'm starting to fall in love with this right now. I mean, the second I saw it, I love this deck. But, the moon is on this 2 of Wands here, and she has the whole world in her hands. And she's looking up at the moon. I love this imagery for the 2 Wands. The moon kind of represents our ideas, fantasies, things that we want to manifest, especially with the 7 of Cups. We have all these dreams with the 7 of Cups. And I feel that this is saying, like, you need to manifest something here on Earth, right? She's like dreaming of something, looking at the moon, she's imagining something, and she wants to bring it down to Earth. She is holding this Earth right here, collective, and she really wants to manifest something, and she really wants to make something happen. So I feel like all of you really want to make something happen here. The challenge is the 5 of Pentacles, feeling like you're trapped. I get here, 5 of Pentacles is all the what ifs, feeling like you can't do something, feeling like something isn't possible. It's the, 5 of Pentacles is a card that says, do not call attention to your weaknesses and your insecurities. It's kind of funny that in the middle here, well, I mean, I don't want to get too technical on you, but that doesn't really look like a rose, but it's clearly supposed to be a rose here, collective, and there are thorns. There are thorns all over that, and it's like every rose has its thorn. I mean, this deck is amazing. I think the imagery is dead on as far as like kind of what the cards are meant to mean here, collective, but I do feel that this is saying that, again, 5 of Pentacles does say, do not call attention to your weaknesses, number one, but it's like saying if you're trying to start something, a business, a new relationship, it's like we all have problems, right? So it's like just realize that and don't allow those things to keep you stuck. You have the 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles here. This is like one foot in front of the other here. I'm also getting the message waiting for a harvest. It's like something is waiting to be picked or plucked. It's like you've already done the work here. Kind of like I was saying here. It's like you have the resources necessary to get started on a new journey. But I do get this kind of like waiting energy, this, purgatory energy. It's funny because for like weeks in one of the oracle card, a couple of the oracle decks that I use, there's kind of like this in between two worlds card, the flamingo spirit, right? And one of those decks, and one of the other ones as well. I can't remember. But I get this like kind of like in between two worlds type of energy here, or kind of like it's like you're ready to start something new, ready to get started on your new journey, your new path on a new life. But it's like something is kind of stopping things from happening. We're gonna play around with this reading. So I want to see. Number one, is there any advice from your future self here, collective? We have the Two of Pentacles to get to work. Really not good advice, right? Well, it's great advice. Two of Pentacles just says, take the first step, get started, get to work, get busy. Ace of Pentacles, damn, collective. I like these cards are amazing. But a lot of success coming in for you here, collective. It's kind of like this plant is popping out of this like long tunnel that it's been going through for a very long period of time. It's like you're about to have a breakthrough, is what I feel like saying on this card. Here, we're going to take both of these cards, and the Ace of Swords here, definitely a victory coming in for a lot of you as well. And the Death card, major transformation. I feel like a lot of you, your future self or your higher self here even, is just saying like, hey, we want you to go through a transformation, but also we want you to get started. I feel like your higher self is saying you need to start taking the steps necessary to, just put something into action. There really is no good answer here. Because again, the fear I get here is like, I kind of get the fears almost in this top row here, collective. For anything that you're working towards or anything you're trying to accomplish, it's like the fear of being wrong is what's popping into my head. Your future self is almost like saying, there is no wrong. there is no being wrong right now. You can create whatever it is that you want to create. I think that with the, over here, and especially with these eyes on this Nine of Swords, it's like you could be fearing like, what will other people think? What will my aunt think? What will my cousin think? What will my, nephew think or whatever? And so I get those fears of wondering what people will think of what you're doing. In a lot of ways, I feel like this reading is asking you to kind of like show your your balls, right? In a lot of ways. That was very inappropriate, but at the same time, I feel like that's what this reading is saying. It's like there are opportunities for you to kind of do things and maybe even express yourself here with these two cards. But it might upset people or it might piss people off for whatever reason. I just think people are in that space, right? Where they're going in. And I think the sooner you realize that people just get pissed off for no reason, the easier this victory over here is going to be for you here, collective. And, there's going to be a major victory. Two aces is a definite yes to anything that I didn't answer. So I feel there's like a major victory coming in for a lot of you in the collective. It's not going to just happen, and it's going to come on the back of a choice, I feel. The choice of kind of like this, high in the sky dream right here with the Two of Wands. So it's almost like you're going to have to try to do something that's impossible or hard, or that seems impossible, right, collective? So I feel like for some of you, this is really asking you to kind of like take that risk. It's asking you to take that leap of faith here, collective. So we're going to clarify this now and see where this is going. You have the Knight of Pentacles here. Yep, just get to work. Knight of Pentacles, one foot in front of the other, right? Knight of Pentacles doesn't care what you're working towards. As long as you're just putting one foot in front of the other, you will be successful, pretty much guaranteed with that energy, right? As long as you don't stop. Knight of Pentacles doesn't care about obstacles or anything like that, just keeps going and doesn't stop, right? And just keeps pushing forward. So that's kind of like the energy I get here. Yeah, have the Two of Cups here as well. This is your soul is calling you to do something right now if you're watching this video. I feel for some of you, it's like your higher self is literally delivering you messages. I was talking about the birds here. There are birds on the back of this Three of Wands as well. Are there any other birds? Well, I mean, birds, or eyes, but, definitely messages coming in for you. But I feel like it's your higher self that's calling to you. Yep, Page of Swords here as well. Needing to be curious about something that you want to accomplish. Birds on the back of the Page of Swords as well, top corner. There are birds on this card. It's like you're getting a lot of messages at this time on like the direction that you should be taking your life. In your next row, you have the Eight of Pentacles here. Again, like I said, I mean, this whole top row to the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is hard work. Knight of Pentacles, hard work. Eight of Pentacles, card of diligence, card of just doing the work, trying to be successful, trying to do things that you desire to do. So I feel for a lot of you, this is kind of just like, a lot of success. This is a lot of kind of manifesting things here. Next, we have the King of Wands, needing to be bold, the builder energy, right? The Knight of Wands, or the King of Wands, I'm sorry. I feel like you need to realize also that you are protected from risk. I always say this. The King of Wands, he has these salamanders all over his cloak here, collective. And the salamanders represent like protection from fire or protection from being burnt. And it kind of represents like this protection from risk. So in a lot of ways, I feel like you are kind of just protected from risk at this time. And that doesn't mean you should take like an unnecessary risk, right? But, what I would say here is that you are kind of protected. You have the World, again, like I said, she is trying to manifest something. I immediately got that feeling on that Two of Wands. It's like she is trying to manifest something here on Earth. I feel with this, it's funny. You go Seven of Pentacles here. You have the World. She's trying to bring something down. It's like you're trying to manifest something here on Earth. Seven of Pentacles to the Ace of Swords and Death card. It's like something isn't worth it to you any longer. You're hoping to make some sort of change. It's like a change or an upgrade is what I'm getting here between the Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Death card, and the Ace of Pentacles. It's like there is some sort of change that you're hoping to make in your life here in a lot of ways. And what I would say the problem is probably your energy. Right? And I'm not calling you out here by any means, collective, because I feel the same way. Like, I feel like it's the energy here, but it's like she's sitting, here's the best way I can describe this. She's sitting on something that she has already grown. She's sitting on that tree. It's a pretty nice looking tree, right? There's like a lot of flowers and there's a lot of stuff on there. But at the same time, Seven of Pentacles is about asking yourself, was it worth it? Is it worth building what I have built? Should I maintain this? Or is it time to start working on another tree? It's like maybe she could have an orchard, right? She only has one tree here, but maybe she could have like 20 trees. Maybe she could have like 30 trees that look like that. So it's kind of like about saying, I say the Seven of Pentacles is my card of, is the juice worth the squeeze? But at the same time, I feel that you're asking yourself, like, does my energy, I almost just said menergy, does my energy match this tree any longer? It's like you're saying, is my energy meant to be in the place that it is right now? I think this is a question you're all asking. Eight of Cups, walking away from things that no longer serve you here, collective. Six of Swords, moving on. Six of Swords here. Moving on to calmer shores. It's like you're getting out of the choppiness. I guess that's a good news. Again, if you're like me, if like everybody else, you're feeling weird today, I feel that there are improvements coming in for you. Still in the choppy waters. I always say Six of Swords, still in the choppy waters. These people are still in there, but it's like your guides are guiding you away from this. And the Four of Cups, I think this is the challenge that everybody's been experiencing for quite a long time, is the Four of Cups. I've talked about this in past readings as well, that to me the Four of Cups is kind of like is some sort of challenge that we're experiencing, and it's probably because it's like we are manifesting the things we desire, but it just doesn't look like it. It's like if you're trying to manifest a business, it's like maybe you're manifesting work, but you're not manifesting the money, or maybe something else is lacking here. It's like something is missing. So let's get an outcome here. I'm actually not going to call this an outcome. I'm going to pull from this deck for an outcome. We have the Five of Wands, definitely experiencing competition. You have the Tower, shocks, surprises here. And the Two of Pentacles, just needing to get to work here, people. So I feel like everybody needs to get to work. I feel like everybody needs to start working on something that they want to manifest at this time. I feel like there's a lot of success that can come from, working on a new project or a new business or a new idea that you have. This could even be moving on to a new relationship. It could be you moving, but it's like you're trying to manifest some sort of dream or miracle even in your life. Let's get an outcome here. For your outcome, you have the Two of Swords, still trying to make a decision. Again, I said this on when I was talking to the Leo King a couple weeks ago. I think it was the Leo King I said it on. I said everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before. And that's the energy I've been getting off the Two of Swords for pretty much everybody, is that everything you desire, all the things that you wish to have in your life are probably on the other side of something that you've never experienced or something you've never done before. We have the Five of Cups here. Again, more fears, like fearing being left out in the cold here. We have the King of Pentacles, stability, wanting stability. I almost feel like this is not an outcome, even though I just said this is an outcome. I would be careful of the King of Pentacles energy. I would be careful of doing things the way they were always done before, is what this reading is saying. Two of Swords, like this major innovative energy here, even the full moon on this Two of Wands. I think everybody's answer really right now is everybody needs to like evolve. Like everybody needs to make some sort of change. I think getting stuck in the past is going to cause a lot of problems, is what this reading is saying. I feel that not being willing to change is going to cause some issues. That King of Pentacles, it's a good card, but, it is a card of getting stuck in the past. It is a card of, it's just a card of the way things have always been done, and I would avoid that at this time. So let's get a real outcome here, Spirit. You have the Page of Cups, new offer. Again, more imagination. She is imagining. Page of Cups is a card of imagination. Imagining, she is imagining that fish there, and that fish could easily jump out of that cup, but I feel like some of you need to act on something you're imagining. Here, you have the Six of Pentacles, start planting seeds. It's funny that we were talking about the tree, planting an orchard. I feel for some of you that you need to kind of like start planting seeds. And the Four Cups again. So I feel everybody needs to realize that things aren't going to look exactly how you want them to here with this energy. I feel like you need to realize that things are probably going to look a little bit different, whatever it is you're trying to manifest. This reading is really saying, in a lot of ways, is it a good answer? Probably not, because it's kind of just like one foot in front of the other energy here. It's kind of just saying you need to just put one foot in front of the other and you'll be successful. Queen of Pentacles here with the Page of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles again with the Six of Pentacles again, kind of changing what you're growing, changing what you're investing your energy in. And the Three of Wands. Yeah, the Three of Wands, card of the future, card of looking into the future. I feel like, again, like I said at the beginning of the reading, I feel like a lot of people are kind of thinking about the future. I would try to stay present, but at the same time, I would also take action, is what this reading is saying. You're right, is what this reading is saying to me. If you're thinking, I feel this is a very specific message for like only some of you, but I always say that, and like a lot of you always say it's for you, but I do feel like this is saying you're right, based off of, you're right about something that you're working on, but I feel like you need to kind of like really focus at this time and start, kind of like start moving towards whatever you're right about. So anyway, I hope that helps. Thank you everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to take today to kind of recharge and all that other good stuff. So thank you everybody, and definitely enjoy your week.